Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Play .xgu Volume 3. This is Some Type of Artist. Last episode was kind of a mess. Because, God, it's so fun trying to do introductions while introductions in the game are playing out. Basically, we saw that Ovan has some kind of little girl he was hanging around, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But we have official world forum stuff, so that's big news. So let's listen up. Something about the Sage Palace. The rules and prizes are different now, but you guys gonna give it a shot? I'm not really sure myself. The change in prize well, it just means that they'll give us better weapons that they've been awarded. Words! So good, man, so good. My level isn't high enough to enter the tournament, so I'm just going to show up to cheer. I wonder if Haseo is going to enter. Is it time for him to claim his undefeated triple crown? I'll enter if it looks like fun, but if the rules stay the same way they've been so far, it'll just be a spectate. I'll just be a spectate. Oh my god, can we start over? Jesus, so I kept this in because they're the tournament in this game is actually going to be probably like the most big of a deal out of the three, although it doesn't feel that way. One of my many problems with Volume 3. If you've watched the previous volume Let's Play, then you'll know that Volume 3 doesn't really... Volume 3 is my least favorite. I have a lot of problems with how they wrap up the story in this. Volume 3... Oh, well, Jesus, let's just get there when we get there. Man, let's just do this as we're going along. I'm sorry, I'm very excited because, like, I've had this volume completed for a while now, and I've been dying to talk about it in the Let's Play, and I've just really been, like, holding my tongue on a bunch of stuff, and I just kind of want to, like, get to, like, the things I want to talk about where they're at. But, yeah, they're just telling me here about this Avatar Awakening you got. You can look at it from the menu, actually, to see what your level is with it, because this Awakening has a level now. I mean, I don't think it's too important, because it's even at level 1, it still does, like, massive damage, but it would have been cool if when you leveled up, it gives you more virus cores and stuff like that, too. So it's, like I mentioned, maybe it was in one of the bonus episodes of Volume 2, the new Avatar Awakening is, like, data drain from the first series, and it'll give you virus cores that you need to power up your lost weapons. It still doesn't really quite feel like data drain because you can only use it, like, when your awakening meter's at the max. And, like, granted, that happens fairly often, but, you know, it's not quite the same as actually selecting data drain when you're protect breaking an enemy. But here's the new city, and I actually like the new city. The new root town. Come on, just because it has city in the name. You know, before playing this volume again this year, I always thought it was, like, really forgettable because I felt like you spent no time here, even though you do spend most of the game here. There is another root town that's going to eventually overtake this one, and I'm not a fan of it. And that's why I remember that one more than this one, but I don't know. There's just something kind of relaxing about the music. Like, it sounds, like, pretty boring at first, but then, like, at this part here, it, like, picks up in this nice little sequence, and I don't know, I'm not saying it's like the greatest song in the world or anything, it's just, I was kind of surprised I found myself liking it so much. It's bigger than Doldona was, but things are still, like, compressed. It's kind of like this long hallway that arches. It's still not anywhere near as big as Makanu, and all the shops are, like, together like that. There's this branching path that goes off somewhere that you need for a few story things, but that's kind of all it's used for. And holy crap, we've come a long way since the Makanu at home, haven't we? Look at this place. Look at this castle we live in. God, only for Haseo.
Hey, it's Haseo!
What's up, Gaspard? Missed you, man.
Thanks to you, we can use the advanced at-home.
Oh, syllabus.
Why don't you go and try talking to the Grunty?
Because it's terrible.
Yeah, there might be some kind of event or something.
So instead of just going off to the Grunty, we get to talk to them. And for some reason we get this, like, now, in between events, when we're not even really paying attention to it. Because we just want to get on with the frickin' story already.
Wait, Haseo, you're slower than a tortoise with a foot egg.
Man, his oinking is annoying.
You could say that again. Oink!
Procedures are complete. Oink. I always considered you a little nose hair. Oink. Never thought you'd end up this resourceful. Oink.
Death Grunty leaves me so conflicted because he's super obnoxious.
Never mind that.
His voice is so annoying, and his oinking is so annoying.
Grunty's gone missing.
But he actively trolls Haseo, so it's like, how do I feel about him?
You mean Moontree's Grunty?
I heard that Moontree headquarters had been closed down.
Oh, poor thing. He must be so sad to have lost his home.
Poor thing. He's just an NPC.
Haseo,
Where did you come from?
Adelie, where'd you come from?
What? I've been here the whole time, haven't I?
Now, I don't blame myself for not seeing her, because the angles which this
Don't
game
stand in
gave
my
me
blind spot, okay?
didn't let me see her. But Haseo, if she's been there the whole time,
By Melo Grunty.
he literally couldn't have missed her
Just
when he
ran away
walked in.
because of the shock of Moontree getting closed down.
NPCs run away?
Maybe they're AIs, Haseo. Did you ever think of that? Oh, look at those totes adorbs anime eyes.
Once Adelie's gotten like this, she won't budge an inch.
What are you talking about, Haseo? When has Adelie ever
All
gotten
right.
like this
Where are we
before?
supposed to go look for him?
Well, yes, Melo Grunty left behind a message.
That's convenient.
Let's see now, it reads, I am at Sigma Universal Oceans Glide. And no matter what, do not come looking for me. Oink.
That's pretty much begging us to look.
Yeah, because it's like, what in that case? Why did he even leave the note in the first place?
Oceans Glide.
I want to come too. Invite me and Adelie, all right?
Syllabus, my man! Let's form a party up in here! So basically, all of these at-homes have these grunties as their, like, mascots or whatever, and they all take on, like, the appearance of the guildmaster. And Haseo is the guildmaster of this guild, and, again, in case you're jumping in with Volume 3, I don't know who would, but, you know, you never know. So, I don't know, maybe someone forgot to. I don't know. So basically, they're NPCs of the guild, and they say a bunch of dumb things when you talk to them when you visit other guilds, and the guild that Adelie was talking about in her email from the previous episode, Moontree, that was the one she was a part of, and it basically closed down after an incident that happened in the last volume. So the NPC Grunty, Melo Grunty, has run away, and we need to find it. And this is gonna serve as our, like, introduction to the game area. We don't really need it, because I'm super good at the game. And I've also played the past 2 volumes just right before this, so there's really, literally nothing to introduce me to. Like, that's something that's always bugged me about the dot hack games. Like GU or the original ones, like, why would you need, like, an introduction area again? I don't know if they, like, had in mind, like, people were playing this as the games were coming out, and they needed a refresher, maybe? Or, like, maybe, like, some people heard, like, hey, the dot hack games are good, and they just, like, pick up the first one they find, and... So I guess, like, in that regard, it would help to, like, recap people, but, like, when you're playing all the games in a row, which I normally do, it's just, it's so, like, can we skip this, please, and get on with it? But,
Melo Grunty's supposed to be in this area, right? Let's start looking for him.
please, let's get this over with. My friends are looking for Melo, too. Talk to 3 of them, so they should give you the
Any of
scent.
the other Grunties here?
So we've got to find the other Grunties from other guilds first, so we can smell like them, or whatever, so Melo Grunty will let us near him, or show himself, or... I don't know, whatever. But something you may have noticed is, we're at level 100 from the previous game, from the super boss we leveled up from, and the area level is 96. So... I guess that's, like, the first thing that I noticed about Volume 3 playing this again, and I'm not sure if it's because I leveled up to 100 this time or not, but, the enemies you fight aren't going to give you a lot of experience for the game. And a part of me really thinks this is because I did overlevel for that super boss. Because, I mean, it's not like the enemies are going down super, super fast or anything like that. They're still weak, but it's kind of like a pattern through the whole game, I've noticed. Like, when the experience thing comes up, I'll be able to show you better. But, I kind of found battles to be, like, not even worth fighting sometimes with the experience I was getting. Because, like, I don't know, just to keep things moving, you kind of gotta, like, balance how long battles take and how much damage you're receiving from them and how much experience you're getting from them to, like, really, like, justify, should I even go into a battle in the first place? So how much did these three give us? 31. That's terrible. Syllabus got more, because he's not maxed out. He's closer to this level than, we are, but... And on the one hand, I'm kind of, like, torn, because, like, one of the things that, like, it didn't annoy me, but it always kind of, like, threw me off about Dot Hack is just how ridiculously easy it is to level up. Like, all you really gotta do is go into an area with, like, a couple of, levels higher than you, and you're just gonna level up, like, every few battles, and it's, like, no big deal. But, so here, it kind of, like, makes leveling up feel like more of an accomplishment, but at the same time, it's like, if we're getting this kind of experience from battles, like, do I even really want to? Like, the original games, like, battles were, like, more seamless, and you just kind of go in and out of them, but, like, here, there's, like, a start to the battle, and a finish to the battle, and experience screen and stuff, and it just kind of, like, it just kind of feels like the kind of thing that it's like, I just don't really want to deal with it. So that's precisely what I do for this area. I just don't deal with it. Sorry to anyone, like, just joining in that wants to see what, like, battles look like a little more, but,
I'm tracking Melo Grunty's current position, Nero.
Yeah.
So he ran away because of the shock from Moontree closing down, Nero? You, this so melodramatic, Nero.
Get it? Melodramatic Grunty. That's so clever. But yeah, so that's we're not gonna really be doing battles much this time. In fact, I was kind of playing around with this idea earlier in one of the bonus episodes from Volume 2, but I felt like I was getting to a point where I was just kind of like repeating the same like criticisms over and over again, like during repetitive battles and dungeon crawling and stuff like that. And like that's part of what Dot Hack is, so it kind of felt like appropriate to keep those scenes in there. I mean, I was cutting battles and traveling out so I can keep episodes at like a decent length. But for this volume, I don't know, I'm kind of playing around with the idea of maybe just like omitting areas altogether and just showing like story stuff, because I don't know, since I feel like I've kind of said all that I've needed to say about, my opinions on the gameplay many times. And since most of my problems with Volume 3 does concern the story, I kind of wanted to, like, focus more on that. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll see how, because I don't know, the way I have my videos recorded, it kind of was, like, done with, like, the purpose of them all being like self-contained episodes, and I just edit them that way. So I don't know, unless I'm gonna be like editing a ton of stuff all in one day, it might be a little too much to keep track of where I'm like stopping and starting, but whatever. Here's Melo Grunty. He's like a little kid. Cue the Linkin Park. Am I right? I tried so hard and got so far.
I was so worried about you. Come home with us, okay?
Please.
Adelie, he's an NPC. Talking to him isn't going to help at all.
Hasayo, that's your attitude towards everyone.
Huh? Someone from Moontree? I'm so sorry. I've been such a bad boy. I'm so sorry for running away. I shouldn't have done it. Please forgive me. I'll never do anything like this again. I promise. Just for you, Adelie, I won't ever run away. Okay?
I see. All it took was somebody from Moontree to talk to him.
What a relief. Melo looks like he's okay. Melo was the one who always looked after the guild members. So I just thought we shouldn't forget him, even if he is an NPC.
Oh, I understand. I think it's important to feel that way.
Well, let's head back to the at-home, alright?
Ta-da! Mission accomplished. Yeah, not exactly the most exciting way to start the volume, but you know, whatever. Stuff will start happening soon enough. Trust me. It's just, you gotta hang in there. I guess that's like the same as like any beginning to an RPG, but like, there's just stuff that I want to talk about so much coming up, and it's like, can we just skip all this shit and get to this extra stupid stuff that's about to happen, please? But, yeah, so let's go to the at-home. I have no idea why I'm walking this way instead of taking the warp. Oh, because I'm gonna be buying stuff at shops. But then again, why didn't I just take the warp? So, we got some new scrolls here. Not too many, just a couple new ones to be honest, but, these are the scrolls that are available. I think the only two that are, like, really important are just for, status curing. So, in the event you're watching this, and you played the first series, but not GU, skills aren't tied to your equipment. They're actually, like, permanent parts of you. You, like, learn new arts, which are, like, the physical skills that, you deal damage with as you level up your weapon by using it in battle, and then you learn healing and magic skills. If you're a magician, then you'll learn them naturally, but if you're not, you have to like take these scrolls and put them on characters, and I really recommend putting like the status curing ones on as many characters as possible.
Melo Grunty back on his feet, boy.
Yep.
I might just have been a little bit wrong about you, Haseo. I think I'm gonna start thinking of you as a straight nose hair instead of an ugly crooked one. Oink. Now get back to work. Oink, oink. And earn us lots more money. Oink.
Yeah.
Haseo, I'm gonna work real hard and make this guild as big as it can be, I promise.
Haseo, we've been through a lot, but we'll do our best to give you as much help as we can.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, man.
But here's
This is
Haseo.
just my problem.
Oh
Just
man,
overunderstanding.
feelings.
It's a
Yeah.
problem for these guys, too. And all the players of the world.
And the people of the real world, Haseo. Don't forget, Ida's spreading there. But God forbid the game ever really focus on talking about
Swear to
that.
you, I'm never going to take my eyes off you guys again. It's my job as your guild master.
Yeah, no, not your friend or anything like that. Yeah. So, yeah, let's teach everybody their shit so they can all, you know, have stuff to do. Because one thing I still am baffled that they did in the GU series is that they gave... In the first series, status ailments were split up between, like, physical and mental, and you just needed, like, the proper healing item to take care of them. So in a way, it was even easier than most RPGs, but since GU has, like, a fairly strict, like, item capacity limit for what you can carry, you have, like, 6 different status ailments you need to carry healing items around for most of the game, and it's, like, a huge pain in the ass. So, it's just so much better if you have the skills on your party members to cure those individually, just to, like, you don't have to worry too much about, like, keeping those items in your inventory. But here's our email from Melo Grunty. Oh, what a cute picture. I'm surprised they drew artwork for it. Thanks a lot for coming to look for me. I'm gonna head back to the Grunty village for a bit, but I'm sure we'll see each other again. If Moontree needs me again, I'll head out to help. Bye, Haseo. I won't cry anymore.
So he's gonna go back to his homeland. I guess even NPCs have homelands to go to. Hey, wait a second.
Yeah, Haseo, weren't you just, like, all against it? Hello, Haseo. Once again, it is I, your unseen ally. How are you faring at present? Oh man, what a way to word that. What a natural way to word that. I haven't accumulated any virus cores, actually. But, it's basically telling you, because, like, God forbid they tell you this, like, in the same email. But you'll go back to, that one Lost Ground from the last, volume where you got the Lost Weapons to power up the Lost Weapons. And I think he even tells you in here all of the Lost Weapons have been returned to their owners, so... For all those times I was wondering, why does the fourth one, Epitaph user get his weapon automatically? It's like, well, everyone gets their weapons automatically. Because, I don't know. It just kind of, like, annoyed that I took extra time to get them in the first one, but whatever. We've got an emergency. Assemble at Raven's at home. In case anyone forgot, Raven is in Macanu's beginner guild at home. Don't show up at the wrong town. Oh man, we got an emergency, huh?
I wonder what's bothering Pi. Let's head back to Raven's at home.
Yeah, like, Macanu just needs to stay relevant for, like, all the volumes, because, like, even though you're in a new town and you're doing all the areas in that new town, like, I don't know, they really wanted to push Macanu as being, like, the place to be. So you still have to go to your at home with Raven, which is really GU. To have, like, meetings and stuff. And you have to go to there if you're following the Vital Vista NPC quests. I'm probably gonna, like, cut those ones out. Because, like, how many times do we need to unlock them? It still kind of, like, really pisses me off that, like, they have, like, ridiculous, like, requirements to unlock all the prizes in the first series that you really, in each volume, I mean, that you have to go out of your way to, like, complete. But, like, if you don't complete it in that volume, then they close and you can't do it anymore. It's like, nah. What have we got in the forums? Anything? More DeviantArt. Swell. What do we got today? A new look. Oh, Adelie's so cute. And Sayo just trailing along because he's in love with her. Mwah, 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 mwah. Only he can't realize it yet because he has feelings for someone else that looks exactly like her. I still can't get over, like, whatever. Whatever. Adelie looks just like Shino. It's like, whatever. I don't want to spoil anything. Sorry about this buzzing, too. Sometimes when I record, there's this obnoxious buzzing. I hope it stops by the next episode, because it is, like, extremely distracting. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.